So we make our sufferings by ourselves. Let's understand how. In this video, I'll talk about how we make problems which we have by ourselves. See, for this we need to understand mind. What is mind? Mind is accumulation of thoughts, experiences and everything. And mind works through, so the way mind works is it will create some thought, that thought will create some feeling on the body, and that feeling will bring some emotions, and those emotions are felt on the body. Because we can feel those emotions on the body, so they feel actually real. But that's not the case, because the origin is wrong. And how mind works through conditioning and training. And let's understand that how things are happening outside, things which are happening outside of us. See, any situation which comes to you, or anything happening outside of you, it's just one single thing happening, but that thing has two outcomes. So if I take a coin, it is just one coin, but it has heads, two sides, heads and tails. So it has two sides. So every situation has two sides, good and bad. And what side are we picking, that is depending on our expectation or our demands. So, for example, if somebody has expensive car or expensive house, and if the house got burned down, so it is bad for that person who lost his house. But somebody who's not as rich as this guy, he feels good because he is poor and he doesn't have that. Or somebody stealing something. So from whom he's stealing is bad, but for himself it is good thing. So everything has two outcomes, or can be used for two things. Like same eyes can be used for sleeping and same eyes can be used for waking up. Every situation has two outcomes. So what outcome you are taking is totally depending on you. Even from your loved ones, if you want something from your loved ones, and if it gets fulfilled, you want something and it gets fulfilled, then you're happy. But if it doesn't get fulfilled, then you're sad. But the situation is same. You ask somebody to do something, that person didn't do it, you are sad. If that person did it, you are happy. Same thing. So whatever mind is working, mind works through desires and expectations. And if that thing is getting fulfilled, you are happy. If that's not getting fulfilled, if you wanted something and it's not getting fulfilled, then you are unhappy. So that's how mind is. Mind is taking things the way it wants. Not seeing things the way they are happening actually. And that's where the problem is. That's how we are creating our suffering. But thinking is not our natural state. Thought process is just been given to us for analysis of things. When we were born, there was no thought process. But then we picked up things from our surroundings, from our parents, from the country we born in, from the culture. All these things, they affect your mind conditioning, how you take things. And based on those taking of things, we make this world around us. So we disconnect from the real world, though we are living in it. We disconnect from it and we just get connected to the world which is built out of our expectations and out of our demands. So that's how we create our own suffering, our own problems, because we are just taking things the way they are good and bad for us, not the way they are happening. So because of that, we are creating our own suffering. Because of that, we are creating all the problems around us. The moment we understand that we are not the mind, and whatever mind is doing, it is just controlling us through emotions. But the way we are taking things are wrong because we are taking it in unawareness. So the emotions coming out of it are wrong also, are not correct. So the moment, the day we get to that realization that emotions are coming out of the thought process, but the thought process is absolutely wrong, and we are not even the thought process, we are the soul. So that day that, so on that day that the covering or the control of mind goes away, and then you or your soul, which you actually are, will come in control and will understand everything, which is your natural state. So, but this is one thing, but important thing to understand is we are creating our own suffering because we don't understand how mind is working. The moment we understand how mind is working, we will stop creating that suffering. So that is what's all needed, because mind is expecting things all the time, and every expectation can go two sides. It might happen, it might not happen. And when it does not happen, that's where problem starts, because that's going against us. But it happens, then that makes us happy. But in reality, that thing is just a situation or something which is happening, and that thing is out of our control anyway. But we are having expectation from a thing which is out of our control. So obviously that is bound to bring problems, suffering. So hope we understand we got some clarity that we are creating our own problems. We are creating our own suffering. In reality, things are just happening.